Hey there, people. Just had a big bowl of Italian wedding soup. And it got me to thinking about some things. First of all, quite tired because I ate. Eating doesn't give you energy, it takes it away from you. It gives you energy later, maybe. But when you eat, you don't go out and do sports. You're like, hey, let me fucking eat a Big Mac right now, and then go do something. It doesn't work. I mean, it got me thinking about the idea of keeping up appearances, people getting married. The word is a mirage. It's a mirage. Why do people do it? Why do people? More importantly, why do people, everyday people out here just walking around, why do they care that someone got married in Hollywood? Why do you care? Why does anybody care? Why do you give two fucks? And in fact, if you were at all intelligent, you would already go, if they're in Hollywood and those people are actually that's there's probably less because some of them are wearing masks and playing two or three roles, but it's not really, who cares? But if those people really exist, they could definitely, they're all good looking enough and connected enough, have enough money, they could fuck anybody they wanted. They could have sex with whoever they wanted. There's no such thing as this love thing. Why do you care? And why do you think they would be getting married? What are they doing? Why do they publicize that? To lead you down a pathway of you believing there is some beautiful, wonderful, so quick to forget how many how many people in Hollywood usually like one relationship, the next, and then married and then divorced and doesn't that, why doesn't that prove it to people? What they, because people have a short um, very short attention span, short memory, that like year goes by, like, oh, look at, they're married again, oh, so happy, excited, and then what they're believing is that they'll find that type of love, and they don't, they won't, they can't, it's not possible. Because that's a figment, that's an illusion, because those people ain't getting married, that's not real. That's not real to any level. And it got me thinking about, because there are people that do um, get married to. I mean, think of the old kings and queens and shit. You will get married like this, and this is who you'll marry. But why? I don't love them. I don't want to be with that person. But you will. You do it for the arranged marriages, and arrange it for what? For what? It's to keep up an appearance. For who? For a dictatorship and a corporation. The kingdom must think that the wife and the queen and the king have a stable marriage when the king has all of the whatever he wants, and the queen is off fucking whoever she wants. But the appearance to the common people is something wildly different than it is. And that brought me to, somehow I was thinking about keeping up appearances. Here, we're gonna chemtrails. This is keeping up appearance. This is what it is. I'm gonna explain to you. See if it makes sense. If I watch the news media, if I watch the news, why do they have any business telling me what's going on in uh, Detroit, Boston, L.A.? I don't live there. What the fuck am I gonna do about it? And why would they share that? And why is it always depressing and bad and negative? Always. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they selling you? What are they selling you? Don't mind all the commercials they're putting in there. 30 minutes of news? No, it's like 20 minutes of news, 10 minutes of commercials. They're selling you products and fear. fear and consumption. It's the simplest thing. And you tell people this, they could even take a class in college. I know people that take these classes, psychology, marketing, blah blah blah, but they somehow don't see how that's happening in the real world. They're like, oh yeah, I went to school for marketing and I took psychology classes. You don't see that going on out there, and that's actually the reason they teach you that is not so you can get over on people and become like the news media and believe in that shit. They teach you that if you get it the right way. So that's bullshit. And so, what business? Again, as I'm going, I don't worry, I'm gonna get chemtrails here. What business does the media have telling you? Because now the media is actually saying that there might be chemtrails. And if we already know rule number one, if they're saying it on the media, it's probably false. It's almost certainly a bullshit. And so I've come to the conclusion, see that the water thing being dirty and being, everybody's Flint, Michigan, dirty water, Flint, Michigan, as they're sitting there in their city thinking that their tap water is clean. Now, to the level of them putting any poison in the water, I couldn't tell you. I've seen documentaries on it, but that might be a lie too. Um, but certainly going through the pipes and, there's going to, you get some total dissolved solids and things in there. I think there probably are. But see, the thing is, you can clean your water. They can clean their water. They can get it. They can get a filter for their house. But I ask you, why would they poison the air that they have to breathe too? They can't filter the air better. They don't. There's no way of doing that. So why would they poison the air? What they're selling you is a fear propaganda. There's poison in the air. 5G. Oh no, it's gonna. I'm sure you could prove there's microwave wavelengths and everything. Why is 5G the worst? How about 6 and 7 and 8 and 9G? What about the next? Is that going to be way worse than that? Who knows? Why wasn't 4G bad? Why isn't 2G bad? Huh? And so this poisoning the air shit is the most humorous to me because people are walking through. It's like people just want an excuse for something, I think. Oh, they're poisoning us. Okay, who's the they and who's the us, and they're not poisoning themselves? You're just getting poisoned because you're breathing? No, it has nothing to do with that Whopper that you ate and that Taco Bell you ate. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with the fact that you live in a city and the amount of fumes coming out of the back of the car. Nothing to do with that. It doesn't have to do with you being in an enclosed office environment with the windows closed and you have carpet that's putting off all those what do they call them, VOCs or whatever, I don't know. Nothing to do with that. They're just poisoning you out there. That's the thing now. It's so many of these. I conspire against conspiracy theories. Most people would consider me, I think I've been called it before, I don't know why, silly. A conspiracy theorist. These things, this is such a stupid fucking word. And it was actually propagated and everybody knows this. You could do the research on where'd that word come from. But I conspire against some of the conspiracy theories. I think everyone conspires. Let's break the word down. It's a theory, so therefore it's a theory. And conspire. What does the word conspire mean? It means work together to do something. I'm a conspiracy theorist for good. And I think there's anyone doing business is involved in a conspiracy. Every business is a conspiracy. It is. It's factual English language. Every business is a conspiracy. There's a bunch of people conspiring to do something. So what does it mean? How can somebody say conspiring or conspiracy is a bad thing? But on the note of what people would claim to be the negative conspiracy theories, I think there's a bunch of them that can be easily like, what was it? It's global warming, then it turned into climate change. Of course the fucking climate changes. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just a word that means the climate's changing. What does it have to do with? Natural cycles of the universe. Natural cycles of where we live. Does the car and the you see the planes are running on compressed air, by the way, so there's not really fuel coming out of those things like that. And the cars, what are they doing? Yeah, there's some pollution going on. Certainly there's pollution, but it's cycled. It's cycled. They take the pollution, they put it into the ground, and they take the heat that's radiating off of that, and then produce energy and sell it back to you. You pay to have your garbage picked up. You pay for that, and then they make you pay for them to make energy out of what they just made you pay for you to give to them. Crazy. That's how the system works, though. So most of these conspiracies, like to someone no, to someone that knows the Earth, this realm is pretty much flat. To anybody that knows that, that's not a conspiracy. That's not a. That's just I'm observing my reality. I can take some binoculars. I can take a camera. I can take a telescope. I can zoom in on things. I can see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time. I can verify to the best of my ability, which disproves everything about the Earth being the size that they say it is, or being a heliocentric model. Easily provable. It's not conspiracy. Just a bunch of people maybe conspired to deceive you. Why would they do such a thing? Who the fuck cares? Start with the first part. What do you observe? What do you observe? What do you see? What is it there that we've noticed? I don't really. I see the trails behind planes. They may be chemtrails, but I would side with I don't think they are, because the amount the media has pushed for the idea that they actually do exist. And why would people, if there is a they, why would they poison their own air? It wouldn't make any sense. It's zero, completely zero. Unless that's what they breathe. Have they always been doing that? What? Oh, it's to kill us. You're gonna die anyways, you fool. They're not trying to. Why would they do that? That doesn't even make any sense. Shorten your lifespan? Who cares? You're doing it on your own by eating all the shit that you eat. You have a choice in what you purchase at the store. You have a choice in what you consume. They're selling you fear propaganda. They're fear mongers. Oh. Well, there was my little rant for this morning. How you guys doing? Who's here? Maybe I'll continue this on if anyone's here, and we'll turn this into something else. But for now, that's all I want to say. It's a beautiful day. See, even I got the sunlight coming in. Even got some. What's up, Parsifal? Let me go take a piss. If you want me to stick around, we'll continue to chat on. Let me know. Give me a second. I gotta go piss. All right. We'll see. We'll see what we will continue on with here. Um. Hmm. There's a few things that I've observed recently on the internets, which is causing me a bit of I don't know. It's the difference between like the people that are outright bullshitting, and then you got the truther community, which is some of it is highly exaggerated, like there's an exaggeration of the misinformation. And then anything that like anything that's popular, anything that's like if it's getting traction and popular, it's probably not in the interest of people to pay attention to it. It's like, grassroots campaigns. What are people doing? When people start doing something, they tend to do it for a pretty selfless and good reason. And then once people they smell the allure of uh, hey, they're popular, they make a lot of money, they get the cars, they get all the houses, the vacations, this and that. They're what they're generating, what they're selling as a product, which is information as a product. When they start selling that information, it becomes highly susceptible to the whoever is gonna, here's the $10. Here's what you need to say. Has anybody ever been into sales? Do you see the stupid shit here? Do you ever been to the mall? Have you ever worked in? You ever sold things? Your job is to convince people to buy something. Go to the mall. And somebody walk by, and there's a hey, let me scrub your fingernails, and they'll scrub one fingernail, make it look all nice, and then leave the rest, and you're just saying, oh, so to get the rest of these clean, oh, you got to buy a product. That's what they do. So, so people's information as soon as they're you know there's a level to like the quality of information, because as soon as somebody starts making a lot of money doing it, so if your job is to sell now care products at the mall, sell a car, sell whatever, you're you get to a point you want to make more money. You're liking what you're getting from that, and so you're going to do things. You're going to say things that are not in the best interest of even yourself, but just in for the love of money. Gotta make that money, man. Make that money, man. Because that will provide you with something. So people bullshit. It is. It's a game of bull. Who can out bullshit someone else? That's the whole game. That's fucking awful. It's like, excuse me. Wow. Give me 1 second, y'all. So yeah, it's just some channels that I've seen, and it's funny too because, yum. I've heard some of these channels, and you don't really know how big or small the channel is, and I know that for a fact because I've had times where I have no comments, and people are like, "Yo, why didn't you answer them?" And other times I've seen like, say there's nobody here, but there's 10 people. And other times I've seen it said 20 people and one person's commenting. It's this weird thing. So of course, if your business is YouTube and you own YouTube, if you're part of that conglomerate, what's in your best interest? Certain things. I don't know what they are. You know, for those people, it's probably to some degree making money, right? Pretty high degree. And then there's also like, um, because it's connected to larger corporations. Like YouTube isn't just YouTube, right? Isn't it connected to other corporations. If what's being represented on YouTube is not in line with what is in the best interest, like if McDonald's owned YouTube and somebody got onto YouTube and said McDonald's food is fucking awful and you should never eat it because it's poisonous and blah blah blah, then YouTube would be like, because it's owned by McDonald's, would be like, no, 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 don't do that. And I'm not suggesting that McDonald's food is awful. I eat it from time to time. I don't choose it as a daily diet. I think it's ridiculous, but go eat McDonald's. I don't give a fuck. But that's just how the environments work. There's always a like even you'd think Google is big. That's not even the parent company. There's a company above Google. Google Gaga, Google. It's called the ABC Corporation. What do they own? Well, so what? Can't what are you gonna do if you're third, fourth corporation? Doesn't matter whose it is. It's always gonna be the interest in the other. The what's the show called? The I don't know. I watch that much TV, but uh, it's like that whole start going back to the beginning of this. It's like people getting married to keep up appearances. Corporations get married. They merge. Merge is a marriage. What are they merging? It doesn't necessarily help or any of the corporations. It's just someone makes money off of it. So if give you a quick lesson in stocks and bonds and trading things. If you own a publicly traded corporation, it's in the contract of opening up the corporation that you have to do whatever you can to make sure that the investment stakeholders make more money. And so if it would be in the best interest of them to make money, then you would merge with another corporation to make your stock prices go up, et cetera, et cetera. Does that really, does that help the world? No, it doesn't. And it's flat out factual. It's in their corporate documentation that they have to make more of a profit. There's only three ways to do that: raise the price, lower the wages of the employees, or lower the cost of the material you're using, or lower the quality. And none of those things are good for anyone. Why you think people say, "Oh, I do business with mom and pop shops. It might cost you a little more, but it's good for local economy, et cetera, et cetera." Well, I mean, a lot of those places are going to overcharge too, but they need to stay in business. But then they try to stay. See, so now to even get by, they got to charge a higher thing because no one wants to buy from them because oh shit, I can get a product from China for a nickel. Why would I give you $1? They're like, well, I can't produce it for a nickel. I'm like, well, I don't have $1. I don't have $1 to spend. I got 50 cents. How can I buy from mom and pop shop when I can get it over here for a nickel? It's the corporate game is a fucking funny one, huh? Man, I think I might have to. I got some limes. I think I might put a lime in there. Some lime and some honey. A little tickly of the throat today. I think it's probably the red wine I was drinking because it dried my mouth out. So then your body produces a little bit of. Oh, and I ate some pizza yesterday. So cheese, milk, it'll make your body start to produce kind of like a phlegmy substance. That's what it was. It was the pizza, definitely. Get out of my face, dog. Get out of my face. It's a song I have for Meatwad sometimes. What do you guys want to get into? Anything? You guys want chitty chat? You guys want to chat about something? What would you like me to talk about? Who else is here? Hmm. Yeah. Speaking of the thing I was saying earlier about knowing how many people are in the room, I don't know. And I understand some people that I do know them. I know them to exist, and they sometimes will click on this and listen, and while they're driving, or they're at their job and they got to put the earpiece in because they're typing away and doing shit. I know, I get that. But there is also this other weird thing. It, having Android, when people have an iPhone, sometimes, however the systems are set up, it's hard. You can't link with you can't link with the other person. It literally is. There's something that occurs with the, and this gets fucked up and this gets fucked up. There's people that I've known that had iPhones that I couldn't chat with. I had to use a different service to do it. I'd have to use like like a WhatsApp or something. I could communicate there just fine, but like over texting, it wouldn't. There was something that was going on, like their end of the way that they make code in the. How does that shit occur? I thought we were unified as one big wonderful family. I thought we all unified. I thought we all humans here, man. Thought it was just one big internet. I thought all phone call. But no, it's not like that. It's not at all. I mean, Apple's a fucked up company, anyways. Oh, who's Apple part of? Isn't that probably it's Google with Apple and the ABC Corporation? I don't know. Google, Apple. You Google Gaga when you're a baby. You eat an apple of the tree like Eve. And there's the ABC Corporation. Know your ABCs. You can look that right up. What do you think? What kind of story they're telling? What are they? They're just reading up the Bible and just picking out storyline. Like how in the hell is there a car called Volvo? Did you hear what I said? Vulva. It literally means woman's vagina parts. That's what it means. People are just Volvo. Yeah. Do you ever know? You ever known somebody that drives a Volvo or a Saab? A Saab? A Saab or a Volvo? Ooh. I'm sorry if you do. Those are two interesting. I don't know. It's supposed to be safe. They're very, really, they're good. They're safe. What's that? What is it connected to? Because it's safe inside of a vulva. What do you think they're selling you? How do you think a company is? How do you think they name these corporations that are big? What kind of sigils and symbols are they using? How is it? How is this? How is this only for select people that they understand what the fuck I'm talking about? Give me one second. I'll be right back. Oh, so much better. Swear, I was wearing some swimming trunks, and it was just causing a lot of compression in my genital region. Wasn't comfortable, so I changed that. It wasn't. It was not as cozy as say a vulva. So I think I might start doing again. I might start doing 100 level symbols for the simple-minded. Yes, thank you. Simple-minded. The simple-minded. See, like the world should be simple. It should be. It is based on symbols. But the people that it is funny whenever I say the simplest shit that I'm like, how do you not? And somebody's like, oh my god, I never thought of that. I'm like, how the fuck did you never think of that? I'll say, I'll say, the silliest, most basic shit that I know, which I try not to say because I'm like, there's no way I'd be insulting their intelligence if I said this. But then I say it, and they're like, oh, I never thought of it like that way. I was like, no shit. And I explain all this like other shit out here, and it takes a second to get it. But the 100 level stuff, the very simple, basic shit. As I remind people, Michael Tsarian did a whole lecture on it. Was it Tsarian? Um, of how illiterate we are as a culture towards symbols. Symbol illiterate culture. We have no idea. I mean, in the sense of, say, organic symbology, we certainly are illiterate. We certainly don't know what a leaf on a tree that's shaped like this means, and we don't know the name of that tree and what that means and how that works. We don't. There's not a lot of people that do. Acceptable to a degree, because we do live in a modern society where symbols have changed, but we don't even understand the symbols that are being presented to us. In the most simplest way, we just go, ooh, symbol. I like that. I like that symbol. They did a whole thing with kids that 5 years old they could name every every corporate logo, but not have any idea about fruits, animals, uh, nothing about it. So they've identified that if this symbol it's a circle with the this in it, and it's that company sells me like Whole Foods. Let's use Whole Foods as an example. It's a grocery store. It has all the food in it. So they identified the symbol with all of the food. I don't know how many times I've been in a grocery store. This happens to me countless times. And I will find a food item that's kind of a little, a fruit, a vegetable that's not a normally purchased one. They have a few of them. And I'll get to the counter, have all my things there, and the girl is checking me out, guy checking me out, usually chick, but whatever. She's, what is this? What do you do with this? Um, not only does she work at a grocery store, like that's has no idea what it is, what to do with it. And she even works at a grocery store, so she has a even should have even a larger capacity to understand the names and the ideas and what these things are. No, people have no idea. So they go, there's an image, they have the food, go there. They can't even recognize it. If I go over here, that tree has food on it. They can't recognize that. No, that might be dirty. It's a fucking lemon. It's a lemon tree. I'll go get it from the store. Serious? People be on it. People be on it, yo. Let me go get a lemon, because I think that'll help out my throat a little bit. A little lemon and honey. I got myself some Meyer lemons too. They are they're fantastic. Meyer lemon is kind of like a sweet, almost orangey. People only see the labels. Yeah, Jay Riley, that's the that's the bit from I could sell you a quality I could sell you a quality product. I could sell you some quality brake pads, or I could shit in a box and market guaranteed. That what movie was that? Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat. Anybody? Tommy Boy? Tommy Boy, thank you. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole bit right there, man. People love their fucking labels. They love the shit out their labels. It's a great song too. Um, I have yet to recall the exact lyric or who it was, but basically, like if you like name brand clothes and you get your hair cut at a, you know, if you go to like a spa to get your hair cut or whatever, we probably ain't getting down. Cause I got my clothes, like yeah, of course I buy some name brand shit, but not because it's name brand. Like I buy it because that shit's awesome. It's fresh. A lot of shit I buy is from second. If you don't shop at a secondhand store, that was kind of the line. Like most of my shit that I own is stores. Gently used clothing. You know what I mean? People only see them labels, man. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder about people that like when they all geared out with the same. Okay, I know if you got a brand or a label that you're selling, or if there's something you like, you fucking get it, do it, of course. But like some people they be tripping. Like how do people really like the Gucci bag? Just prime example. If you say Gucci bag, girls are like, oh, I want a Gucci bag. How the fuck you want a Gucci? What? Oh, well, that ain't a real one. Who gonna know? And why would you gonna spend $1,000? You just you made $1,000 instead of having $1,000 in your cute purse that you purchase anywhere for $20, $30. You spend 950 on a Gucci bag. Now you got $50 in a stupid looking purse, or you have a cute purse with 900 and $80 in it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Hmm. That kind of reminds me of the line by Wax. It says, um, "Hot chicks give the worst head because they don't think they got to work for it." It's like why fat girls give the best head for two reasons: they hungry and because they got to work for it a little bit because they're not always getting the good looking guy. They're gonna really they can put some effort into it. Hey, I got love for all you ladies. I don't care your shape or size. It's all about your attitude. Mm, that does sharpen it right up, man. Little honey, a little bit of lemon. Still got little flummy flems, man. That's like pizza. I try not to eat it too often because it really does. It always does. Always pizza and red wine, and I had pizza and red wine. Two of the fucking worst things. I mean, they're great. They're just they're not really great for the talking as much as I do. Not a great idea. So what shall we dive into? Should we dig into some music today? You guys want some music? Or should we continue on with me talking about I don't know. What should we get into today? I think my phone might be charged. See, when I say my phone, see, I'm doing this on my phone right here. This is my phone. This is my old phone that I can just kind of use as a. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice that I can use just to get on the YouTube or the internet. When I'm doing these, it's kind of nice. Let's see what's going on in the musical world, or maybe the reading world. Tell me what to do. Just tell me. I don't know. Maybe I'll read out some Kurt Vonnegut. You guys want to hear me read some Kurt Vonnegut, or do you want something a little more informative? Maybe plant intelligence. I've read about this plenty of times. Maybe I'll read out of plant intelligence in the imaginal realm. This is a very, very high level book. Like it deals. The guy is like very, PhD, poetic. Definitely. Oh, I just turned to the chapter uh, on DMT because I was gonna say he definitely eats his psilocybin. Psilocybin DMT's got two chapters on it right here. I just want to know. Yeah. Okay, cool, Jay. Um, let me put this on pause so I can really fucking do a hard gargle on this. Okay, there we go. I'll read from the book Plant Intelligence and the Imaginal Realm if you guys want to come back to it. There's the book. It's by Stephen Herod Buhner, and he also does a book called Sacred and Herbal Healing Beers, which is a great read. It's not, well, I mean, I can't really say it's a great read. There's some great stuff in it, but it has a lot of, if you're into beer making, I highly suggest the book. In fact, I gave the book away to a friend of mine in Indiana that owned a bar. Really fucking awesome bar. I actually kind of just stole the World of Beers platform for the bar. um, and I gave him that book, and then they opened up a like a second portion where they started brewing beer. And at the time, he told me he was going to brew a beer, and he was going to name it Zen. The Zen Lager or something. I don't know. It was years and years ago. But because of that book, which again is Stephen Herod Buhner, and here we're going to read on psilocybin and the ecosystem neural networks. Again, the psilocybe grass herbivore dung interrelationship is core to the health of all grassland ecoranges on Earth. But they're not the only organisms in grassland communities. In healthy grasslands, over 1,000 species of vascular plants can also be found. And these vascular plants exist in a matrix formed by the psilocybe grass endomycorrhizal mat, which is in fact a three-dimensional topological space that extends from the depth of the deepest roots to the top of the highest tree in the range and from side to side over the undulating landscape as far as its boundaries flow. And this mat, and so what I like that he does here, so the first thing is him writing, and then it goes into something that he was talking about poetically, but means the same thing. And as this mat extends throughout the soil into that eco range, in essence, the endomycorrhizal network, which is composed of hybrid organisms formed between plants' neurons and fungal mycelia neurons, a unique synaptic connections forms an extensive neural system for the eco range. The other vascular plants form an integral part of this, for the root neurons are connected into the network as well. And mycologist Paul Stamets. Oh, if you guys don't know who this is, it's a mushroom guy. Uh, as a mycologist, Paul Stamets has found such my how do you say that? No shit, I can't even get a mycelial networks are common in the world's ecosystem. Sound yes. And every place that emerge, health and vitality is accelerated in the plants in the system. It's so funny whenever I come across a word that I could normally say fluently. If I'm reading it, I can't say it. It's such a weird thing. Like a word that it would roll off of my tongue perfectly, and I can't say it if I'm reading it. I'm like, that doesn't look like what they said it sounds like. I don't know what's happening here. The psilocybin grass, endomycorrhizal mats, and healthy grasslands eco ranges increases soil respiration, increases soil nitrogen, carbon, and enzyme activity, and stimulates the formation of unique microbial communities and generate high metabolic activity wherever they form. The soil structure and that clay content of the soils are affected by a variety of factors, including and most especially the weathering that is promoted by the plant fungal mutualism. The fungal production of enriched soil through the biodegrading of sloughing grass roots also affects the soil texture. The simulated grass root systems then loosen the soil at the root tips, which move deeper within, and so does the movement of the mycelia through the soil. This allows for the soil microfauna, nematodes, amoebas, and bacteria to move more easily in the soil and for the soil to take in more water, which the complex rhizosphere, the rhizosphere, no shit, rhizosphere zone needs to continue to function. The plant fungal mycorrhizal network actually promotes the soil texture to its own benefit. The self-organized system modifies its environment to enhance livability, just as all biological self-organized systems do. I'm going to say that again because it's important in many ways, and it should be important to your life. The self-organized system modifies its environment to enhance livability, just as all biological self-organized systems do. And we were talking about this earlier today, and it's like as you thinketh, James Allen, as you thinketh, as above, so below, as within, so without. As your mind instills into you some ideas, and you change and alter the environment, then the environment alters and changes you. It's a self-reflective thing, and it could take a crumb on the floor for someone to sweep, but it also could take, you know, two piles of shit. I mean, you know what I mean? It just depends, and that whatever that it could be anything. You could see a ray of sunshine so beautiful that you want to become a photographer. Which did what? Did you always want to be a photographer, or did that ray of sunshine make you want to? What's going on, Lincoln? What are you talking about? The moon? What was that? Was I reading? Did I read something about the moon? Let me go fill up my cup with some ice, because I got this lemon and this honey that is helping my throat here, because I got a little bit of a cloggy tickle, a little cloggy. Too much, too much, too much cheese, which means that you coagulate and turn the milk product from a living system into a dead one, thereby causing clogs in your system. That's what happens. If you eat pizza, you should probably take some enzymes. Enzymes. Eat yogurt. If you eat pizza, do yourself a favor and consume some yogurt, because it will have the proper cultures in it to process the milk that has been turned into a non-living system. Yeah, you'd be smart to even put some yogurt on your pizza. Might even taste fun. I don't know. I never tried it. Sounds a little weird at first, but I mean, yogurt. How far is that off from having feta cheese? It's not. How far is it off yogurt? How far is it off from having ricotta? Ricotta on pizza is fucking awesome. Yogurt on pizza might be fucking dope. But if you can't, if it doesn't, it's not gonna taste good. Just put the yogurt. Don't put it on before you cook it. Put it on afterwards because you don't want to kill all the bacteria. Consume the yogurt after the pizza. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Maybe a little more lemon, huh? I'll read. What's up, Lincoln? Again, I don't know. Would I say something about the moon in there? Or oh, here, serotonin. This is a chapter on serotonin. And for anybody that just came here, here's the book, Plant Intelligence and the Imaginal Realm by Stephen Herod Buhner. Let me see which one. Um, Serotonin in the plant root brain, serotonin innovations. Let's look in to serotonin, DMT, psilocybin. Well, this one's called Serotonin in the Plant Root Brain. Similarly to animals and insects, serotonin is found throughout plant tissue, in roots, leaves, fruits, and seeds. Plant serotonin, aka phytoserotonin, has numerous functions in plants, just as it does in us. It is highly involved in reproduction, photoperiodic responses, uh, photoremedial abilities, protection of plant cells against apoto wow apo apo apoptosis apo yeah, you guys got to work with me. The dude's got he's a chemistry major, so he's got extra words that I don't have. Apoptosis as a free radical. As a free radical scavenger, growth regulation, morphogenesis, genesis, and the growth and development of the plant root system, that is, the plant's primary neural network or brain. Increases in serotonin, as researchers put it, is coincided with greatly stimulated lateral root development. In fact, serotonin and other tryptophan-derived compounds were found to exert a strong biological activity at very low concentrations in both in vivo and in vitro systems that are essentially for maintenance of physiological and morphogenetic processes, including gravity and light responses, root hair development, and lateral root LR, adventurous root and shoot system development. Yeah, this might be too. This might be a little too. Um, a little too wordy and complex for me to do because I'm just gonna end up tripping over some of the chemistry terms. I don't have it like that. I know what the shit does. Uh, I just don't have the proper term. So if I'm reading it and I'm gonna stumble over it, it's gonna fuck up the whole rhythm. Can't have it. I'll read some more of that later, and I'll try to find some chapters that are just more poetic. Hmm. Does anybody else? Um, some people I know love the smell of gasoline. Um, I fucking hate it. Some people I know love the smell of old books. It's a interesting mix of decaying wood pulp and paper, and the ink. I can't say and also oils from people's fingers. So that see, so if I do this, so there's oil from my finger getting into there. And so the smell of an old book, you can actually, if you're very keen, I think if you were very, you could probably smell the person that read the book last. They all do have a very similar smell, obviously. depending on how much ink's on the page, how big the book is, how old it is. But there is a peculiar, wonderful aroma that does waft from the page as you're reading. So I wonder if people are reading through aroma. There is as aroma is the highest source of memory induction. Um, by smelling something, you're gonna have a higher recall. You'll know something. Hold on. My dog is being a bitch right now. What the fuck do you want? Stop harassing me. I already gave you something. I already took you outside. We already. What do you want? What are you doing? I'll get you a fucking snack. Come here. Come here. This dog knows when to harass me for a snack. I've somehow trained her to. I did. Well, she's pretty well trained for most things. She doesn't listen too well these days. She kind of does. She kind of tells me to fuck off a lot, but there's a way of a philosophy on child development that I kind of agree with, and I think it was Sadhguru that had presented this. But if a child is crying, you have to let it cry itself to sleep or out. You can't always go coddle the baby. There's a really interesting. I'm not really um, aware of which time is what. I guess you got the mother sensitivity. Some mother are over motherly, and they're helicopter mothers. And the same thing goes for dogs, and the same thing goes for like how do you train something? I mean, because you do like children in development are in some sort of training system of uh, their parents, the community, as they grow up, they get the certain, hey, if you ask for this, or if you say this, or if you do that, this is your response. It's a call and response. And so like dogs, so I somehow trained my dog. I don't always give in to her aggressing at me. Like sometimes I'll just slap her in the head and tell her to go sit down. Other times I'll play with her and give her a treat. She knows if she walks over and just goes, doggy eyes. If anybody's got a dog, doggy eyes. So what else? What's going on? Who's here? What are we doing? What do you guys want to talk about? Should I read another book? I don't think I want to read Kurt Vonnegut right now. Who is this? Huh. Who might this be? Oh, this guy. Oh. Maybe you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can find. He sent me a book. Lemonade for Invalids. Wizard oil. Ooh. Sassafras, cedar, camphor, sulfuric ether, chloroform, capsicum, aqua of Monaya, turpentine. Nice. That's called wizard oil. So you guys got that. Lemonade for invalids. lemon, sugar. Oh, go back to that other one. No, go back to the other one, guy. Okay. Oh shit. I'm trying to read this and it keeps fucking me up here. Uh, rind of the lemons, boil. I mean, lemon beer. It's basically lemonade. There's not really anything special going on there. But no shit. There's some really cool things in here. The, the book is called Lee's Priceless Recipes. I'm gonna have to check that out. Cooley High Harmony. Well, um, who's left? Is anyone here? I think I might take a break here, y'all, and do a little snacking. I'm feeling very snacky today. I already had a bowl of soup. I think I'm gonna have a little more grub, and I'll come back on here in a little bit. We'll start another show up, and I'll have a new subject of something. Because I don't think I want to read that book right now. I'll read through a couple books, watch a couple videos, and we'll have something to talk about. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.